Week in review, we're going over the trades in the portfolio. A new tab in the portfolio that shows you all the daily profits for each portfolio. So if you're looking at this tab, this drop down right here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 portfolios. And then you have the old portfolios as well. And so if you click on periodic performance report, you see all 9 of these. It updates it. You click back here if it doesn't. Okay, so sometimes you have to click here and then click here and then it will update. So let's watch it update. These are from yesterday, July the 17th. The daily P&L for each portfolio is updated, and so you can see the results. So across the board, the portfolios were profitable, all 77, 1981.25 stock index portfolio 2020. The 19 system version, 24 plus 2462.50. The 36 system version plus 2437.50. The 200K portfolio 1937.50. 25K portfolio plus 775. The micro stock index portfolio is 181.25. Multiplied by 10 for the minis. 100K portfolio day trade 1137.50. Liquid day trade portfolio 943.75. And the SR counter trend portfolio 234 plus 775. So that's the results of each portfolio yesterday. I plan on adding more stats to that table so you can see maybe the current drawdown or the monthly. But so let's take a look at each one of these. All 77, currently an $11,000 drawdown. It is barely up on the month, plus 1135 on the month. The 200, the stock index portfolio 19, it actually hit an equity peak yesterday. So let's take a look at the monthly results on that. Plus 10,640. It's doing well. Stock index portfolio 19, those strategies. The stock index portfolio 19, let me show you what that is. It is this set of strategies right here. There are 19 strategies. It trades 23 contracts. You can trade it with the minis or the micros. And it includes 2 contracts of the Cover 3 Mini NASDAQ, 2 contracts of Tick Count Trend 2, 1 minute and 5 minute, and then 2 contracts of Tick Pulse V12. You can see that here in the list of strategies. You can see the list of contracts, 2, 1, 1, 2, and then 2 under Tick Pulse. Everything else is 1, and so you can see how that works out. So nice month. This should be 7/17 actually. We've updated it through the 17th. You can see that in the daily P&L column, 7/17. And so let's look at stock index portfolio 36. You have more diversity. It is in a $6,400 drawdown. Let's look at the monthly P&L, 2282.50, and you can see the drawdown curve, equity curve. Pretty normal drawdown curve here, very normal actually. So it's in this normal drawdown, and you can see some of these steep drawdowns back here. So that is, let me show you what strategies that includes. It's 36 strategies. It includes 1 contract of each of these in the first workspace. So in the 19 system portfolio, some of these are 4 of these include 2 contracts. But in the 36 system version, you only trade 1 contract on each of these, and 1 contract on each of these except for Tick Pulse NQV12 and 60-minute breakout NQ. One way to know which strategies it trades is in the drop-down menu. When you select a portfolio, it includes a list of strategies. You can see that list and how many contracts for each strategy are included. So let's look now at the 200K portfolio. It is also at equity peaks. You see current drawdown is 0. And you can see some of these include 2 contracts. That's because the 200K portfolio is the stock index portfolio 19 plus some additional commodity markets. So if we come down here, all the same strategies as stock index portfolio 19 plus these additional commodity markets that you see from gold flash down. So you include these additional strategies in the 200K portfolio. And you see margins are still higher, but That's if you trade, if all strategies took a net position at the same time. I've never seen even half of these strategies take a net position at the same time, so you can trade this. This is just a very conservative amount of capital, but you can trade with less than that. And these are TradeStation margins, so if you have another broker that has lower margins, you can trade with a smaller account than 200K actually. So that's the 200K portfolio. Yesterday we made a video on the 25K, 50K portfolio. You can see with TradeStation margins, they're set at 70K now. But like I said, not all strategies take a net position. When I say all strategies taking a net position, let me show you what I mean. So what I mean is that you have, in this portfolio, you have this ES strategy, this ES strategy, and this ES strategy. So if they were all to take a net position at the same time, you would be long 3. So Night Trader is long only, and Cobra CT3 is long only. And so for these to all take a net position, they would all be net long. You'd have 3 contracts. That is possible, but to also take net positions in all of these. So Cobra 3 and Q also take a net position in the same direction. Gap continuation in Q taking a position in the same direction. In other words, if all 10 of these strategies had a position on at the same time, and the strategies that had the same instrument traded multiple instruments in this were all net long instead of a mixture. Oftentimes when you have multiple strategies trading, some will be long and some will be short at the same time, and so you'll have a net position that's not the sum of the total position. So that's what I mean when I say all strategies taking a net position. Have never seen all 10, usually 4 or 5 at most of these strategies is trading at any one time. You have to consider the possibility that it could happen. You also have to consider the possibilities that margins could go up. So let's take a look at some of our other portfolios. The micro stock index and gold portfolio, it's in a 1422 drawdown out of 3721, and it's down on the month, minus 277.75. It had a nice June. It's going through a normal drawdown right now. Let's look at the drawdown curve. So nice place to get in if you want to get in on this portfolio. You see the cyclical nature of these drawdown curves. It's hard to find a good way to start and stop strategies, but from just a point of starting a strategy or adding contracts, buying the dip makes sense. And so you have the opportunity to buy the dip in that strategy, in this portfolio. So let's take a look at some of the others. SR counter trend is an example of that. We talked about that after Monday's trade. It had a big down day. We'll skip from this one down to SR counter trend, then we'll come back to the other two. So the SR counter trend 234. Those trades were, you see your minus 35.20 on the month. It's in a drawdown. We talked about this in the first quarter, how well it did. And it was in a 23 out of 28K drawdown after Monday's trade. It's bounced back since then. You can see the daily profits and losses. This is what it did on Monday, and then the rest of the week. We told you about this on Monday. We said it's a good time to get in, and it bounced really well Thursday through Friday. So the market has not been an SR counter trend type of market. SR counter trend is a specific methodology that trades counter trend wave type markets, and it's been a challenging type of pattern methodology to trade since the first quarter did really well, and then April, May, and June have struggled, and July is down, but it's making a comeback, and you can see where it is in the drawdown curve. And so if you like to get in on portfolios that are in a drawdown, you have portfolios that are in a drawdown, you have portfolios that are in a run-up at equity peaks right now. And so this is the diversity that you can have. When you get the All Strategy Access portfolio, you could focus on rotating as well, rotating portfolios. And what I mean by that is if you're in a portfolio that hits an equity peak, oftentimes a portfolio can hit an equity peak. You can be in a portfolio that it hits an equity peak and then it pulls back, and then hits an equity peak and pulls back. And sometimes it hits that equity peak and it keeps going, and you get on a good run. And we haven't had a really good run in some of these in a while some of these are in a drawdown. So, getting in an equity peak at the right time, you can really get a good run as well. And so it's not always bad to start at an equity peak, But in general, if you want to start in a drawdown, that's a good methodology too. If you're looking for strategies in a drawdown, SR Counter Trend 234 and the Micro Stock Index and Gold Portfolio are all in a drawdown, a normal drawdown, and a good time to enter or add contracts. 100K Portfolio 2020 day trade. It was in a drawdown and it's bouncing back as well. So $20,000 drawdown. A current drawdown is 4,000 out of 20,000, and it is up on the month 35.20. And you see the drawdown curve. It was down here. It was a good place to get in. It's hard to pick the exact bottom, but it was at this point right here. You see it made a strong equity peak. It pulled back to here, and now it's bouncing back. And so that would have been a good time to get in on that drawdown. And you have similar drawdowns in Micro Stock Index Gold, which can be traded with the full contract. And then you have the SR Counter Trend portfolio as well. So let's look at the liquid day trade portfolio. $12,000 out of $25,000 drawdown, different set of strategies, a couple of day trade only portfolios for you. You can see how it's done really good February through March. April was down, May was back up. The net result from May and June matches about April, and it's down 21.90 this month. And so you see where it is in this drawdown curve. So good entry point for this setup is the liquid day trade portfolio right here in this drawdown. So you can buffer a worst case drawdown by getting in during a drawdown as well. So that is the portfolio. Those are the portfolio results on the month. And once again, you have this periodic performance report, so you can look at it. You can click on it, and it'll take the latest daily P&L and put the values in there. For whatever reason, it doesn't always update right away. And so working on that. So you see it flash there. Sometimes it goes in sequence and sometimes it flashes. So if it doesn't show up right away, just wait for it. And you'll see the latest daily P&L. Would like to add the monthly P&L and the current drawdown as well to this. And so we'll be working on that and some other updates hopefully to this calculator. And wanted to give you an overview of where the portfolios were, the strategies that are at equity peaks, the portfolios that are equity peaks, and the portfolios that are in a drawdown, and how to strategize and trade and set those up for the all strategy access portfolios. And again, taking a look at those, that includes all strategy access, includes all 6 workspaces right here. So you get all 6 of these workspaces, and you can trade any combination of these portfolios.